I'm Kristy.
And I'm Courtney, and we're heard at the bar.
Heard at the bar. I tried to
I
do
was
it
going to
in this.
say, we did that new one last week. That new, and uh, what
What
was
is
it?
this?
I
Should we
had
start
already
like
hit,
this
this
is
is
heard
heard
at
at
the
the
bar,
bar.
and
I'm
I'm
Christy.
oh
Yeah, I think that's what we did last
goodness.
time. I don't know. It
I think
obviously didn't stick with us.
I think this is maybe why podcasts have producers.
I think so too. Yeah,
So I
I
was
think so
thinking
too.
about that actually the other day. Is that like what have we talked about and what haven't we talked about? Because
I
I
know.
feel like we're gonna repeat things just as we do in our day to day
Yes,
life.
because we're older and we repeat things.
You know what though? Like my family has always joked that I've always, and again, I'm wearing a tank top, and now I look like I'm not. There you go, guys. I am wearing a tank
I have a cake. It's hot today.
top. It is hot today. But no, my family has said that for years about me. That they're going to get to the point of like, is it time to put her in the home? And they're going to be asking questions, and they were like, no, no, she's always done that. She's been doing that since she was a teenager. That's just her,
That's
right?
her.
Like
Yes.
it's just the way that I roll. Sometimes I sound delusional and maybe a bit demented. And I'm okay
Uh,
with that. I like me. My friends like me.
it's who you are. It's
It's
what makes you who you are.
exactly. That's right. So poor Courtney. She's had a busy week.
It's funny because I do the schedule at the studio, and so I send out the request to be like, "Hey, what do you need off in July?" And then I literally they come in, and I don't look at them until I'm about time to schedule, right?
I know.
So I'm
I know.
writing it out on my. I sit in this office, and I have a little whiteboard on my desk, and I write out who's needs what off, and as I'm scheduling, I'm like, "Yep, yep, yep." I come to this week, and I'm like, "Oh, Jenna needs this week off," and then I'm like, Vic needs this week off. Then I'm like, oh, Christy's also away this week. Okay. So I'm like, and then I'm like, that leaves me. So then I'm like, oh, okay. And so I'm scheduling the classes and then I'm watching. And we've probably on a normal schedule, how many classes we have a day? Probably three, four, five, at least 6 to 8 classes
Correct.
in a day. Six to
Yep.
eight classes in a day. So then, luckily, because this week is a holiday week with July 1st, Canada Day being in the middle of the week,
Oh,
and
Canada Day.
The American holiday being today, July
So
4th.
weird. So
Yeah,
weird. Midweek. I didn't like that.
no, me either. So then I'm like, okay, well, we had decided we were not going to have classes on July 1st. So then I was like, okay, let's like schedule. And then I was like, I left all the instructors blank at one point and then was just like adding in because I was waiting to see if anybody was going to be like, oh, yeah, no, no, I can teach that class. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And then I was like, okay, no. All right. So then I'm slotting myself into the classes. And I mean, a bunch of them did get canceled because not a lot of people are in the city.
No. No.
But I was surprised. My Thursday classes were full. The Friday ones that ran were full.
Mm.
Today, we ended up with 9 out of 10 in the Mac class and 5 out of 5 in the Reformer. And then we did have a wait list of 3 people in the Reformer this morning.
Which is unheard of. So well done, Courtney. Good job. Because
So then
usually
I made a
it's very
joke.
quiet, which is why
I made a
it's off.
joke that it was me. And they, in my Mac class, and they were like, it is. Yep, we all came for you. And I was like,
It
oh,
is,
I was like,
Courtney.
thank you.
We like your classes.
Was like, oh, I don't
Thank
know if it's
you.
the Love Island discussion, which
Oh,
we did that
okay.
in
All
class
right.
today,
Okay.
or I created new playlists for the classes. You know, I changed it to Court's summer playlist instead of making it month by month, and
Okay.
I just keep adding songs and taking off songs as I get
Okay.
tired of hearing them.
Look at you. I'm so impressed. That's awesome. I love your DJ work.
Yes, so yeah, so that was my week, and now I'm done. I'm back
There
to
you go.
normal,
Good job.
back to regularly scheduled.
I remember early on when you first started teaching for me, you're like, "Oh no, I can do the 8 a.m. and the 6 p.m." I'm like, "No, Courtney, you can't do that. That's too much. No, no, I'll have time in between." And so now, Courtney, how do
Yeah,
you feel about the 8 a.m. to the 6
still,
p.m.?
I still don't mind it
Okay.
as I don't mind it, but not all the time, not every day. So I think that was the most is because I did it every day.
Mm.
So I like to have like one day a week where I can like lay in bed. I get up early anyway, so like six
Well,
o'clock I'm awake.
hold on now. Just a second. I was there on, okay, Monday you did that.
I did that Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Monday, Thursday, Friday. You didn't do 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. Or you did on Friday.
I did on Friday and I did on Thursday.
Okay. All right. I take it back.
And I was there 9 o'clock. Well, I was there at 8:30 this morning.
Well, thank you, Courtney, for making it possible.
No, I just
Appreciate
it's
it.
I like one of my days to be able to not have to put clothes on first thing in the morning. I think that's my thing. I think
Yeah.
like
No, no, I hear
I
you. It was funny because I used to do Sundays were my day off. And I was like, I need one morning where like I don't have to get up and go any like 2 mornings in a row, sorry. I
yeah.
don't have to get up and go anywhere. And I'm
Hmm.
just now starting to actually like, okay, now on a Saturday I can go to the market. Like it's
Yeah.
okay. But for the
Yeah.
longest time, like I didn't do anything Saturday or Sunday morning on purpose because I
Yeah,
was
and
like
that's it. It's just the
luxury.
having to get up and shower. Like I would like to be able to just go downstairs with my tea and sit in my nice reading chair and
Yeah,
just not do anything.
right.
That I think that was the only thing that I was like, oh, I'm not, and it's not that it's bad. It's just that I'm not used to it
Right.
because I'm not
Right.
corporate anymore.
Yeah.
So
The stamina
I'm
is
not used to
gone.
it.
It's amazing, actually. You don't
Hmm.
realize how much stamina it takes to live that life
Yeah. Yeah.
until you
Like,
don't do it anymore.
and it didn't occur to me because back when I did it, you just did it, right?
Oh, no,
That's just what you knew.
right.
So yeah, having gotten out of it to get back into it, it is different. That's all.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It's just different.
So I actually didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. I just chilled. I hosted on Wednesday here, and we had an amazing night. My apartment looks over the fireworks. It looks like they're being put off directly for us. I had 15 people here, I think, which was awesome. We played games, we sang, we laughed. It was my kind of night. But I knew I would need a quiet
Mm,
Thursday,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
did. I needed a quiet Thursday, but I could have helped you out yesterday, so I'm sorry. I should have. Because what I found yesterday, Friday, was I was just today's Saturday, by the way, in case
Hmm.
anybody's keeping track of what day we're taping and where we are. Um, I didn't have as much stuff to do as I had planned to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
Hmm.
I could have come in for the morning or something like that. But anyways, here we are. It all happened. Everybody survived. It's good. I probably
It's all
needed.
good.
I read yesterday. I fell asleep on the couch reading. It was lovely.
You needed the relax. It was a staycation. You needed your staycation.
Exactly. That's what I had. There we go.
Hmm. It's
Um,
nice. It's
I
good.
am caught up on Love Island. Are we gonna? Do we want to?
Yeah, we can totally
Like,
talk about Love Island. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, I
Um,
don't want our podcast to become like this is the Love Island recap. I don't know, but we can
no,
definitely talk about
we're gonna be the reality. We'll pick another reality show after this, and that'll
it.
be our
Okay.
next thing. And
Okay.
we'll just continue. We'll give updates.
All right.
Our take. So,
The thing
um,
is with Love Island is that it's something's coming out every day. So you're able to binge without waiting for the season to come out, which is what I'm thinking I'm kind of enjoying of it because I watched the Below Deck series as well. And Below Deck Med is the most current one that's being taped and released right now. And I've not been watching it because what I found, I did Below Deck Down Under, and I was doing it each week as it came out, and I wasn't enjoying it as much. It was like, oh God, where are we? Like I had to kind of get back into it,
yeah,
whereas I prefer to just like binge it and watch it all the way through the whole season. So I've been holding off on that. But with Love Island, every freaking day.
yeah. It's like Wednesdays are no show, and then
Okay.
Saturdays it's after sun. So it's not the actual show. It's the people that got kicked off.
Right.
So, but and I really I think I like watching it for so my background is psychology, right? So I like watching it for as if it's like a psychological experiment. And I like to see,
Sociological. Yeah.
yeah, I like to see how people interact with each other and little like sometimes you see the underlying, because you can only pretend to be someone for a certain length of time, and they're in there for longer, and they're at that point. I think it's 3 weeks. I read somewhere that it was like you can pretend to be someone for 3 weeks, and then after 3 weeks your true identity comes out in
Right.
even little tells. So now they've been in there 3 weeks, and you can see some of these people aren't who they're pretending to be. And so it's interesting to just like take that from it.
Well, and even last night, them having to choose who to leave. These are people who they're sleeping in the same room with. They're together
Hmm.
24/7. I
Hmm.
mean, I'm sure there are some personalities that we don't know are clashing more than they're
Yeah.
showing on screen.
Yeah.
How could they not? Like,
Well,
it's
it's
like,
highly edited.
yes, I would imagine so, which is probably why there's no show on Wednesdays. So they have time to
Hmm.
put all these things together. But because it's somewhat real time, because you're able to vote tonight to find out
Yeah, I
something
think I
more.
saw it's
So,
48 hours behind.
okay,
So what we see, they taped 48 hours ago, which is why one of the girls got kicked off and it looked like she was still on for 2 more episodes.
right.
And it was just because they tape 48 hours. So we vote today, but I don't think the person gets kicked, or they voted yesterday. Americans voted yesterday, I think, for a favorite couple. And I think it ends, and either the people get kicked off on Sunday or Monday. I can't remember.
So how many more weeks is left of this? Do you know? Two
Two,
more
maybe?
weeks?
Maybe?
Okay.
I'm
What I
trying to
thought
think
was
if it's,
really interesting
well,
last
no,
night.
because usually when I go to the cottage in August, we still watch it in August. So maybe there's like a month left.
Really?
Well, I'm trying to think because I know that usually when we go up to Stacy's cottage, we watch it up there because we don't have internet or anything up there, so we just stream an hour at night, and then we all go to bed because you've been day drinking all day, and by the time that comes around, you're done. So that's
Right.
at like 10 o'clock at night. We're done.
Right.
So, but I want to say we're always up there the first week in August. So I'm thinking that's usually when it's close to being done.
Okay. Okay. So let's take our few key points from last night, and then we'll move on to something else. Because
Yeah,
again, this isn't the
we're not
um,
Love Island.
Love
No,
Island podcast.
no.
What I thought was really interesting last night was the two, and I can't remember who called them out, but the call out on um, oh, what's his name? Sincere and Melanie,
Okay.
of that their relationship is dysfunctional. It's not a healthy
Oh,
relationship.
saying that I think you like
Yeah,
him and I think she likes you, but you're not good together.
you're not good together, and you need
Yeah,
to go.
you're just
Like
not good
I
together and
would,
you need
because
to
I think
end
there's
it.
two couples who they got
You're
two couples that are
toxic.
okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said that they were toxic.
So I was actually quite impressed with that because it's true. These two have been at each other since the very beginning. What type of they seem more like buddies who quarrel than they are
Yeah,
actual.
yeah, yeah. I feel like she is way more invested in him than he is in her, which is why
Mhm.
she can't give him up. And he likes that.
Yep. Yes,
So
he
he likes that.
I agree.
And I really think that the reason he got out of the Amora situation is because she's not like that.
Right.
She was like a
More
strong
independent,
woman who
more
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
mm-mm. And
Yeah.
I don't think he liked that. So while she is beautiful, I don't think he felt that he wanted to be controlled by her.
Right.
And so he was like,
And have
nope,
somebody
back
who
to
will be able to
Melanie
call him out and hold him accountable.
and hold him accountable. I think that's the big thing is the holding
Yeah.
accountability. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was sad to see Caleb go home. He was cute. He was a cute
He was
boy.
cute, but I felt like the two couples that went home, it wasn't a surprise. There was no shock in it whatsoever.
No.
The way it's ended up, like it was obvious that these guys are that none of this is working off your
Well,
husband.
and I felt though that the excuse they used that Parmita and what's that other dude's name? Starts with a C, I want to say.
Oh, Caleb,
Corbin.
Corbin.
Corbin. Parmita and Corbin. They literally just say, "You're hot, I'm hot. We both work out. We're the best." Like that's not a connection. Like, yes,
And
maybe
yet,
you
is
are
it for them?
sexually
Maybe,
connected.
right? If they're that superficial, maybe it is for them.
And maybe, but literally that's what Corbin does is he drops whoever he's with and jumps on the next one.
Right, right.
And when you look at Kenzie and Josh, I think his name is, they literally, she stayed with him because she thought America was looking bad at her for using her options. So she just settled. Well, that's not right either. Like, the only couple that I truly think have a connection are Trinity and Bryce. And you
I
saw
would agree
that
with that. I would
when they
agree with that.
separated them, they tried to experiment with other people and they were like, no, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
I want my person back. And that's when you're like, okay.
I do like, and we haven't seen much of them together, Carl and Ayana.
Uh,
Did I say that right?
Anaya.
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 Yeah. So I think that
Okay.
he is not who he says he is.
Oh, why do you say that?
So when he was on After Sun,
Yes.
they brought him in and they were talking to him and he got kind of nasty and was kind of like, if they bring me back, I'm going to go with Amora. And they offered him, if you do you want to kiss any of the people here, and he was like yes, and starts making out with one of the other girls that was sitting there on the couch with him. So I was like, well, you're not who you say you are. You say you're this like really, and he does seem like a sweetheart on it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's not in it for her, he's in it for the game.
Oh, they're all in it for the game. Like
Yeah, but
there's some level of, I think, even Bryce and Trinity that, like,
well,
at
yeah,
the end of this, the whole purpose is to win money. And at the end of
yes,
this is to win the game. And
yeah.
at the end of this, how many of them are even still together of previous seasons?
So that's the cool thing. We were
Oh,
actually in the studio today
oh,
talking
okay.
about this. So in the mat class, we always end when I do my side lying legs, I
Uh-huh.
chat so they don't realize how much it bothers them.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about Love Island, and that's what we were talking about. How many people? So there was a season a couple seasons ago. I want to say 2 seasons ago that had couples, and 3 of the couples are still together. One of them just got engaged 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that season is very, very close. The final people are very close, and 3 couples are still together.
Okay.
So I don't remember the last season. I don't know that anybody from the last season
Yeah.
is still together.
Yeah.
But
I don't
but
know.
yeah,
It's
so
odd.
eh,
But it's
we'll see.
also the a good, and we may have talked about this when we talked about Love Island the first time, is that it's really a good representation of the dating apps because it's
Yeah.
100% what you look like. I'm going to choose you 100% on a superficial level, and then we'll break it down and see what happens. But we're going to have a superficial, intimate experience right off the bat, and then we'll decide if we're compatible afterwards. Whereas, like, that's such a backwards way to go about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's exactly what it is. It's you're picking based on what you look like, which doesn't mean anything. Like, and I say this to Neve all the time. Just because someone initially isn't drop dead gorgeous, I'm like, talk to them, find out their personality. People tend to look better looking when you like them as a person.
Right. And so,
Like,
but this is the problem, is that which I'm running into by doing it in this
mhm,
way, is that I know what I'm attracted to
mhm,
physically, and I know what I'm emotionally attracted to as well. Thank goodness.
mhm.
But you don't really know all of that until you meet in person.
Yes. Yeah.
And like I said, some of the process is intimacy before comfort and getting to know each other. And it's this, I just is, I'm not liking it. I
Yeah.
actually have a date this afternoon. Yeah. In fact, like as soon as we're done here, I'll be heading out. But like I make the plan and then I'm like, I don't really want to.
Yeah.
And he actually called me out on it this morning. He's like, "You seem like you're not really into this anymore." And I'm like, "No, no, it's fine. Let's, let's try
You
it."
sound like Neve. You sound like Neve. She's the same way. She agrees to something in the moment at night,
Oh,
usually. She agrees to it, and the next day, she's like, "Ah, I don't want to do it."
it does. It just feels like so much work and like trying to. It's hot out. We're going to the soccer game at the park, so like it's not soccer game. Watch the soccer game at the park. So like I'm gonna have to be tank top. I'm feeling kind of not as cutesy. I don't know. It's just it's a challenge. And but like I also don't even know how else to go about this. Although, okay, Courtney.
Uh oh. I'm braced myself.
Yeah, okay. So, early on, I'm going to say like maybe even a year ago, I'm still into it. I really believe in manifestation. When you focus
Mhm.
on
Yep.
something, it
Yep.
will come to, and it's worked for me
Yep.
so many times. I am so
Yep.
grateful.
Yep.
And so Instagram knows this about me. And then another like, am I allowed to swear? I don't even know that. Can I swear on this? Am I
We have
supposed to? I think
before.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have before.
It fucks with my head. So early on, I'd get these ones and it was like my horoscope, or it was the if you're seeing this message is meant for
Yep.
you,
Yep. Yeah.
right? And I'm
Yeah.
so much like every time I've bought a lottery ticket, I've thought, oh,
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna win because I never buy
Yeah.
lottery tickets. So it's like obvious the
Yeah.
universe is telling me to buy this
Yeah.
ticket right now. And then when I don't win, I'm actually like
Like
upset.
what?
I'm like, I don't understand. Why do you do this to me, universe? So the same thing with
Yeah.
this. I have to stop on
Mhm.
Instagram scrolling because this happens to me all the time. So early on, it's the save to you and send it to yourself and
Mhm.
comment and do all these things,
Yeah.
interact with it to make it all come true. And I'm reading it, and it's like right in line with what I was going through. It was everything that was happening, and basically it was. And they give promises, or like in 3 months or in
Yeah.
3 days or whatever, this is going to
Yeah.
happen to you. And so I go through all that. It's like the old like um what was that, the chain mail,
Oh, yes, when you yes, 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 yes.
the chain letter, was that what it's called? What
Chain
was it
letters.
called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it was
yeah, and
called
you were
chain
supposed to
letters.
do
Chain
stuff, and
letters.
if you didn't, then you were going
Yeah.
to get the bad luck and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the exact same thing. And so I've engaged so many times, and there's been so many times where it's like, this is it, girl, it's happening. You're going to meet him. He's
Mhm.
gonna. The last one was, which is funny because of the timing of when I met that handsome guy on the street. But
Yes,
it was,
yes, yes, yes.
you're gonna meet a guy, and it's
Yeah.
like natural. You aren't expecting it,
Yes.
and it's on like a strip, like where there's restaurants and bars and all that stuff. And sure enough, that's when I met the handsome one that has a girlfriend, and it wasn't meant to be. And so I keep getting my heart, my hopes up of like, oh, here it goes, this is
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
And then nothing happens. Even my horoscope for this summer is like unbelievable. Like it is
Yeah.
happening this summer according to my horoscope. I'm going to meet the forever man that has been waiting for me and waiting for me to be ready, and now he's ready too, and the stars are aligning, and the house is in Jupiter and the moon is in whatever, like all of these things. Mars is retrograding in my favor. I don't know. All this stuff is happening. And with that also like finances, we're gonna like, and I'm like, okay, that's it, the podcast's gonna take off, we're gonna be right, all of this stuff is gonna come into my favor. And it's nice to have that little up, like, oh my gosh, because
Yeah.
so often I get my hopes
And
up and I'm thinking, okay, here we go, here we go, here we go, and then nothing
nope.
happens.
Nope.
I'm like, Jesus, cruel.
Uh it's
It is
crazy.
cruel.
It is cruel. It is cruel. It
I
is
I
cruel.
might be a little bit naive though, and maybe I have to but shame on me because early on I interacted with it. And so now I
Oh,
get them like
you get them all the time. Yeah.
crazy. But it is a little bit, and I was thinking about that the other day because I was having like a low moment, feeling a
Mhm.
little bit down, and so I'm scrolling through, and one of those came up, and they start talking about that stuff, and I was like, "Fuck off!" Like it actually, like it upset me, like I could viscerally
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
the frustration and the like it made me feel worse in
Yeah.
that moment.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
gotta stop. I gotta get off this. And then
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing is sort of true to even the dating apps, because it's the same thing. You're scrolling through, you're like, nah, nah, nah. Ooh. And then, oh my gosh, you get a match, and oh my gosh, isn't this cool? And he's so handsome. And then
Yeah.
nothing else happens.
And then nothing.
And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, that was
Yeah.
fun. Thanks
Yeah.
for nothing,
Yeah.
buddy. So I gotta stop. I don't know. I gotta stop scrolling, Courtney. Gotta
Yes.
change my algorithm somehow. Start watching a lot of different videos, cat videos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, the algorithm is killer, because I won't talk about it today, but Max did get signed. So we'll have another episode where I'll talk about that whole thing. But
Okay.
anyways, now I'm just looking at the time, and I don't want to make our episode too long because I can chat. I can chat hockey. I can chat. But
Yeah.
ever since that happened, now my algorithm is all the Philadelphia Flyers. All I
Right.
see on every platform, my
Yeah.
TikTok, my X, my Instagram, it's
Yeah.
all Philadelphia Flyers. And I am a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. So
Yes.
I am a little bit annoyed. Yes, I'm going to end up obviously being a Philadelphia Flyers fan soon, but
Yes.
I am a Maple Leaf fan. So I want to
Right.
see the news that is happening with the Leafs. I, as much as I love Max, I not the Flyers. So, and I'm sure once Igor hits the Colorado Avalanche, because he was also drafted, I'm also going to get their stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, algorithm. I wish I could set my algorithm to be like, no, I don't want today. I want to look at the Maple Leafs, and I want to look at the
Right.
Blue Jays, and I want to,
Right. Which
yeah.
I guess you
So,
can by searching it up, but I mean,
you have to reset that. Yeah.
yeah.
It's a pain in the butt.
Right.
Algorithms.
No
Yeah.
bueno.
I don't know. No, I don't like it. I don't like it
And
at
I
all.
also, while we're on this topic, and we may have talked about this before, I don't like AI.
We talked about AI owning your likeness or something like that. Remember, we talked about
With
when you were
the
looking at that dating show or whatever.
um yeah, age of attraction.
Age of Attraction. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, AI. So I'm going to admit
Okay.
that I have this app on my phone. It's an AI app. I'm just trying to figure out it's called Meta AI.
Okay.
So I like it listens to me, don't like
Yeah.
that, but it
Yeah.
listens to me and randomly provides information to me. So
See,
it
no.
comes up. So just a second. So it came up. So in a good way, I'm just trying to figure out where it came up because it was actually kind of funny, the name of it. Um, Something about a unicorn. It was Max. They were talking about Max. Oh, London's 6'8" unicorn. And it came up and it said, um, did you want to learn about London's 6'8" unicorn? This was on a random day a couple of months ago. And I was like, Max? And I clicked it and it was a whole thing about Max. And I was like, oh, okay. And then, so after that, I started asking it questions. So now, when I want to know an answer, I open the app and I type in my question about anything in life.
Which I
I could have seen a
appreciate that.
truck drive by and I type it in and
Okay.
it gives me the answer and I don't have to work for it.
Well, that's that's where I'm going to go with this. Is exactly that. You don't have to have any skill other than
Not at
saying,
all.
"I need to know this. I'm going to ask this thing. Tell me the answer."
That's
That's
what I
all you've
use it
got to
for.
do.
Yep. That's what I use it for. Whenever, instead of asking, because
Which is
I
what
ask a
Google
lot of
has been.
questions.
Google has been that basically. But
Yes.
now instead of popping up all of the websites that you
It
can
just
get
gives you everything with a
it
link
summarizes
to
it, which
where
I
it
think is
found the
great.
answers.
That right there, love that about AI. I'm okay with that. What I don't like is that you could type in, I want to write a novel about X, Y, and Z,
Mm,
and it will
I don't like that.
populate that for you. I
It
don't like
makes
that.
music too, eh? You can take your text messages and make it sing a song.
Well, and so now what I'm noticing on the apps is that people are doing, you can take, there's some that you can take your image and then it will put
Yep.
all of these pictures together
Yeah,
for you.
it will.
You,
Yeah.
so now it looks like you've got this wow,
Yeah.
crazy life. You're in a
And it's
jet.
fake.
You're exactly
Yeah.
no bueno, no
Yeah.
bueno. And I, My kids actually sent me recently a tutorial of how to tell if something is AI. Have I told you
Yeah.
this? A
No,
full on, yeah, it's this whole list of what to look for
really.
when you're on, because oftentimes I'll share videos that I see because I think
Yeah.
they look neat. And then
Yeah.
immediately I'll get back from them, Mom, this is AI. It's AI. It looks
My
like
daughter does
AI,
that all the time.
right?
All the
I'm
time.
like,
She tells me
okay,
that.
but still cool. Like, fine if
Yeah.
AI made it, but like, I still thought it was cool. But now there's been a few times where I've thought, oh, this would be a good place to go to, only to
Hmm.
go in and like what I do now is I read the comments and you find out
Yeah.
immediately it's AI.
This
There
fake.
was
Yeah,
this
I do that too.
one that I just got, and it was supposed to be a resort in Greece on this in the side of like a mountain, this
Hmm.
beautiful, pristine, and goes right out into this private beach, just gorgeous. So I'm sending it to the girls, like, oh God, we got to think about this. It doesn't exist. It's AI generated. It's not real. You've hurt my feelings, AI, so many times. Like, stop duping us. I am all for technology and I'm all for betterment and improving and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But like,
Hmm.
how many skills are being taken away
Yeah.
from the youngins that
Yeah.
one
No,
day they're
I
not going to be
completely
able to
agree.
do certain things? And what happens one day if the beautiful internet, something happens
Hmm.
and it doesn't work? Now all of a sudden you are completely lost. You don't know how to read a map. You don't know how to survive on the street. You don't know how to get from A to B. You don't know how to look in a book to figure out the answer. This apparently has happened recently, where the internet went down at a school, and the kids were using that as a reason why they couldn't do their project. The teacher's like, "We've got a library. You go to the library and you look it up in the library like we used to do." Like,
Yeah. But the problem is, beyond us, the next generation doesn't know how to do that. They don't
that's
know
it.
the Dewey Decimal System.
Well, I
They
don't
don't
either.
know. You don't remember that?
Well, I
Or
don't.
the card
I
catalog?
yeah. I guess I never fully like. I don't know. I didn't put it to memory, but I guess
Yeah, because
I never
it
thought
has
about
a
it all the time.
number,
Yeah.
dot, and then letters.
Right.
And then you would go and find it and
Oh,
look them
okay.
up in
Well,
that
yeah, I
key.
can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
called the
shouldn't
Dewey Decimal System.
shouldn't anybody be able to do that?
But they don't know to do that.
Right.
They don't understand. Right. So that's the problem. Like when I go into the Indigo,
Yeah.
I don't look at the computer to see where it is.
Right.
I go, oh, fantasy,
Yeah.
alpha,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and my daughter walks in and she's like, no, I can't find it. I'm like, well, fantasy's right there. Like,
Yeah.
let's go over there. And she's like, no, 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 I have to look it up and see. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, just walk over.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, how would you know? I'm like, do you know the name of the author? Well, you take the last name and you go find it. And I'm like, do you go to the library?
See, so this is the
Like,
concern. This is
skills that are lost.
right. I don't know. Maybe it's not a bad thing. Maybe they won't need that skill, and maybe everything will be tickety boo, and it'll continue to advance, and we'll never have a situation where they're going to have this skill. I don't know. Evolution happens. I don't know.
Yep.
And
I
maybe
don't
this
know either.
really is showing my age by being so like
Oh,
not
before
okay
we
with it.
go,
Oh,
do you remember
mm. The Muffin Man? I do.
in the late 90s, early 2000s, do you remember step classes?
Love step classes.
Do you know they don't offer them anymore? They just don't do them anymore.
It's not a thing.
It's
But
not a
there's
thing
that
anymore,
we're in the UK. We watched that. We followed that guy who did the like hip hop style.
which is
Step class.
apparently like unique because he's the only one who does it, that kind of thing. Like I remember I used to go to the Y. So before I started at your studio,
Yeah.
I would go to the Y and I would do those classes. I forget what the name of it was. And it was like you used a barbell and a
Okay.
step.
Yeah.
And so you would have the barbell down and you would do like, your V steps
Yeah.
and your
Around the
side
world.
and around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And do all those things. And then you'd take the barbell and then
Yeah.
you'd bend and do
Yeah.
those kinds. I remember doing all that. That wasn't that long ago. My kids aren't that old. My kids were young when I did it.
Yeah.
The only reason I gave it up was because they wouldn't stay in the daycare there. So I was like, okay, well, I can't do
Oh, I
it,
love step.
kind of thing.
Do we need
So
to start offering step classes?
this is what I was. So then I was like, do we learn? Like, do we add? I don't know, because I saw a bunch of TikToks where they were like, do you remember when you used to do step? Does anyone remember how to do the V step? I'm like, hells yeah, I do.
Girl, I used to have my own step. I loved it so much. I wish I'd kept mine. You have yours.
It's under the billet bed. I just moved
Okay.
the billet bed and I realized I had to pull out the step to move the bed. And I was like, oh, I've got this step here.
Okay.
I only
So we just need
recently have,
5 to 8 more. That's all we need.
yeah. And I only recently moved it out, like put it away because I used to use it for the barbell
Yeah.
to do that on it. But right now it's just sitting under the bed. But yeah, I did not know they didn't offer those classes anymore. I just
That's wild.
assumed I just didn't go to them anymore.
Loved step classes. Love them.
Yeah. So apparently not a thing, not a very common thing. So when that guy brings a step class, people are like, ah,
Okay. All
didn't know
right.
that. But
I thought it was making a
anyways,
comeback when I started seeing all those videos.
I think it's just unique that he does it.
Okay.
But
Cool.
anyways, I wanted to say that because I saw it this morning when we were talking about it in the studio.
All right.
No,
Well,
I asked about it and only one person knew what a step class was. So
yeah, because it was the 90s. Like many
mhm.
of our people weren't even, or were babies or not even born in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think who was in my class this morning that knew what I was talking about.
Rob was in your class, Fabrizio and Tammy.
No, with the reformer before that. It
Oh,
was in the reformer class.
I don't think our listeners
I know.
care.
No, I don't think they care. But anyways, that's
But
only for
yeah,
us.
okay, all right. So that's good to
But
know. Should
anyways,
we bring? Let's do a poll. Let's
we'll
do a
do a
poll.
poll. Anyone
Should
want
we
to put
bring step
anyone in
classes
a
to the
step
studio?
class? Would you come?
But then here's the thing: we're gonna put that out there. Now, guess what? Every other freaking
No.
Pilates studio in town is
Oh, I
gonna have a
know.
step class.
Everything we come up with, I swear to God, somebody in our studio then says to somebody at one of the local studios, you should do this. And suddenly they pop up before we even get a chance to get it done.
I know, I know.
We have a mole. I know we do.
You and I also just maybe need someone who is a doer. That when we say we should do this, they'll just
Yeah.
take care of
Because
it.
it does take us a couple of months to action what we say we're going to do. And by then, someone else has already done it.
And then what's the point? That's just all
Mm.
right. Well, now
Mm.
we look like we're riding their coattails. Although the
I
one thing
know.
we are not doing, which seems every freaking Pilates studio around, is having a famous person show up at their. Justin Bieber
Yeah.
was at one in Collingwood.
I know. I saw that.
All
I
right,
don't know.
that I can't
Well,
compete with that.
Max is a celebrity now, apparently. So we
Okay.
should have him out to the studio.
All right. Well, you couldn't get him here when you lived here. Do you think you're going to get
I
him
know.
here now?
Well, I did get him to the studio. He just
Okay.
slept in the lounge.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Scared the heck out of me laying on the couch. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got
Yeah.
we got some things to work on, Court.
Yep.
We got some
We got to
things.
get this done.
Actually, you and I do need to have a meeting, so we won't bore everybody with
Mhm.
what we need to actually
Yep.
talk about. But
Yep.
yet again, another fun convo. We're
Yes.
on summer hours, so we're gonna try and get back to our once a week,
Yeah.
hopefully, posting.
Yeah. That's why we're remote because there's a soccer game for Canada in half an hour and
Yeah.
downtown is a nuts.
Yeah.
So
And
enjoy your date.
Courtney's already told you, well, I live downtown. All right,
Us.
darling, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining us and listening to us and being a part of our community. We also had a really good ending one day that was amazing. And
Yeah,
I
we
can't
did. I don't
remember what that
remember it
was.
though.
Producer. If anybody wants
We
to
need a
produce us
producer.
for free, that's
Yeah,
fine.
you have to produce us for free and
All
put
right,
up with
darling.
us. All right.
Thank you all for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.